se va a hablar con el otro Julian. Ahí va, Julian. Yeah, that's my game.
Right? So we made a poem dedicated to the teachers. We call it 180.
A tribute to the staff.
We took that from the students. There once was a principal with the greatest staff.
Who made a lot of jokes and never made us laugh.
We really love Pernod because he led us to this day.
Now it's your turn to chuckle as you listen to what we have to say.
We finally made it here to our wonderful graduation.
Thanks to the teachers who helped us with preparation.
Subject to subject, they made it worth learning.
And the spark of life they gave us will always remain burning.
This year was perfect. It could not match me.
Mainly because of the hard work from Miss Chai and Miss Mahoney.
They slaved day after day to make our year shine.
If only we listened in advisory,
instead we want to rush time. So we thank Miss Adams for providing us with the school paper.
And the security guards for making our school safer.
Miss Pierce, Miss Scott, O'Connell, and Level 4.
Who still to this day won't let us get to the doors.
Even when we get through the doors, it's hard to roam the floors.
Because we get that vicious stare from a serious Mr. Moore.
Still we know he's a sensitive kind of guy.
And we'll miss him dearly when we say our final goodbye.
Let's not forget Miss Huggins, who we always love bugging.
What helped us through the struggling.
Or what we were overcoming.
She made anyone feel comfortable with just a simple look.
But why did she force us to do that
stupid memory book? I give a shout out to Miss Costanza, who always gave us a spiel.
And I feel bad for her replacement since he tore his Achilles heel.
Now he walks around in crutches, but hops around without a scratch.
The juniors should be scared for the student-staff rematch.
We should thank our counselors, Gershner, Popper, Arvalo, and Kim.
They kept the odds open when things were looking slim.
They made sure that we were always on track.
So we didn't have to change our schedules with Mr. Mack.
He scares us all with the math classes we had to take.
And he's still the only teacher who knows when we'll make a mistake.
And of course, we can't forget Dr. B.
Who said we could all eventually pass chemistry.
He taught us about elements and how teachers never get old.
And our #1 favorite,
there is no such thing as cold. On a happier note, there's Budnick and Bezzosi who taught us about art.
They taught us that creativity should always come from the heart.
And class by class, we found our style.
Too bad the classes only lasted for a little while.
Another shout out should be given to the #1 dork fighter.
Our dope gangster fat homie, the infamous Mr. Ryder.
In our hearts, there will always be an alliance.
And whenever the world gets too noisy,
just stop and scream,
silence! Even though Senor Guapo calls him a copycat.
Who's the one who owns a Mr. Ryder mask?
He's the one who loves when you're late to class.
No -5 today.
I got a popper pass. Plus, no more packets, no more minuses for empty lines.
No more last-minute projects with smiley face deadlines.
No more cartoons, no more why would you vote for him?
And just in spite of you, we hope Obama wins.
That is so cool.
Even though the end is near, it is certainly not over.
That's what a wise woman told me, and that woman is Miss Polar.
Rulo, oh Rulo, how you always taught us better.
And how we'll miss you and Limatone going to lunch together.
How about RFK's mentor, Mr. Henderson in the flesh?
Without his leadership skills, there wouldn't be an NHS.
Through the fight of the many balloons on Valentine's Day,
he's the warrior of patience in many, many ways.
It's been 4 years, and we must thank you for giving us so many chances.
Even though you changed to Doolin, in our hearts you'll always be Miss Francis.
To the office ladies, Pat, Virginia, Rose, Carol, and Stacy.
You're all amazing, even though at times you drove us crazy.
Aren't we all going to miss the amazing poetry of Senor Weeks?
Talking about stolen SpongeBobs that never made us fall asleep.
Without Mr. Zinn, we would have misplaced physicals.
Math A was a treat, and you're a special individual.
A special line in Cornwoods and Zewacki.
I hope that your first year here
made you happy. Same Scoville, Palmer, Pepe, and Nicole, we know it has been a bumpy year.
But from your music to your friendships, we'll surely drop a tear.
Jacqueline and Duarte taught us the English fundamentals.
And we'll miss presenting projects and Miss Apex environmental.
Too bad Mr. Buzzier wasn't here to teach us instrumentals.
And thanks to Grace Wen, who had the lab. Thanks to Grace Wen, who had the lab essentials.
Where's VJ? Where's VJ? My voice would always say.
Without Vigenda Salati, you wouldn't be RFK.
Miss Brown, you used to be quiet, but we're glad you started speaking.
And we would have never guessed that you were
Puerto Rican. Cut, swelling, or hurt tummy.
We would all run down to see Nurse Humphrey.
Buenos días, profesora Bayara. ¿Quieres ir a la playa para tomar piña coladas?
In Salamanca, you can help us with our Spanish.
While Manny dances merengue and makes all the garbage vanish.
Your Vecchio is important because the payroll will never get done.
Jen deserves a Bravo, but she's not the only one.
We wish you two the best with your daughter and son.
And without Angela, each year wouldn't have been so fun.
We'll miss the fashion show, and you a ton.
But we'll still need Metro cards, even when this is done.
We didn't forget you, Miss Merrill Bayer.
We gave you a whole line just to do you a little favor.
Miss Cohen, we always see you run around, but now we heard you're leaving.
We'll miss your help with speech and Miss Garnashi with reading.
Mostly when you came to the school, you pretended to be me.
But you actually helped some of us to pursue our dreams.
We thought that free play would be our need.
But it excited us more
when we found out you could read.
And all the funny things you said.
In school we call you Herman, but now we can call you Jet.
Thank you for your time.
We hope you weren't bored.
And we especially want to thank the originator,
the famous Mr. Lord. Without your ideas, what would RFK do?
Believe us, Mr. Lord.
This is the only place for you.